Before we begin, take a second to hit that subscribe button. If you're someone who appreciates the value of real assets, gold history, or just the weight of legacy in your hands, this is the place for you. Let's talk about something rare, powerful, and quietly sitting in collections across the world, a coin that doesn't scream for attention but demands it once you understand what it is. The 2003 South Africa half-ounce gold Krugerrand. For many, it's just another shiny piece of gold. But for those who know better, and I believe you do, this coin is something far more significant. The Krugerrand isn't new to collectors or investors. It's a name that holds weight. It's the first bullion coin the world came to know, introduced back in 1967, with one goal in mind: to make owning gold accessible. But this specific version, the 2003 half-ounce, is quite a legend. Understated in size, yet bursting with value and historical relevance. Picture this: the obverse side, the one facing you, shows Paul Kruger. Not just a political figure, but a symbol of independence, a face that represented a nation's fight to maintain control of its destiny. The beard, the gaze, it's all carved in gold, a reminder of leadership during hard times. Flip the coin, and there's the springbok antelope, mid-leap. Graceful, timeless, and perfectly still in motion. It's not just a symbol of South Africa. It's a visual cue that tells you this coin is alive, not just minted, but designed to move value across generations. This coin isn't flashy, and it doesn't try to be. But let's look at the facts. It weighs just under 17 grams. It's made of 22-karat gold, an alloy that offers both durability and richness. The 91.7% purity is a nod to traditional gold coinage, the kind that's meant to be handled, passed around, admired, and, in the right hands, preserved. But what really sets the 2003 half-ounce Krugerrand apart? Rarity. The number minted was limited. We're not talking about hundreds of thousands flooding the market. No, this is a piece that shows up rarely, and when it does, serious collectors pay attention. Why? Because unlike modern bullion coins that are produced every year in high numbers, this specific coin came from a time when mintage was low, and gold demand was rising. Now let me speak directly to you, the man who's seen the markets rise and fall, who remembers when gold was a hedge not just against inflation, but against uncertainty itself. You've probably owned stocks, property, maybe even a few bonds. But gold, physical gold, it holds differently. It doesn't rely on digital screens or the next quarterly report. It just is. And when you hold a coin like this one, you're not just holding metal. You're holding trust. History. Solidity in an unstable world. The 2003 half-ounce Krugerrand is an ideal mix of collectible and investment. It carries the history of one of the world's most recognized gold coins. It has the accessibility of a smaller denomination. Half an ounce is easier to trade, easier to store, and easier to liquidate when the time comes. And because it's not just a bullion piece, but often found in proof or high-grade condition, it carries a premium. Not a small one, either. Now think about this. When you buy a standard bullion coin, you're mostly paying for the gold content. But when you buy this 2003 piece, especially in proof or near mint condition, you're also paying for scarcity. That means while gold might be at a certain spot price, this coin pushes past that. It offers collector value, and that's where real potential lies. Let's imagine for a moment that you already own one. Maybe it's been sitting in a safe. Maybe it was passed down, or picked up years ago when gold wasn't nearly as hot as it is today. You might not have looked at it in a while. But today, it's time to look again. Because what you're holding isn't just a piece of your collection, it's a piece of a growing market that still respects physical rarity. And if you've been watching the world over the last 2 decades, you already know, tangible assets are making a comeback. If you're thinking about buying, you might be wondering whether now is the right time. Here's something you already know in your gut: it's not about timing the market perfectly. It's about owning something solid before everyone else remembers why it's valuable. That's what makes this coin compelling. It's a sleeper. It doesn't get hyped. It's not trending on social media. But it has what really matters: gold content, historic design, low mintage, and a dedicated group of collectors who understand its worth. Don't confuse this with modern commemoratives or novelty coins. This is a genuine piece of monetary and minting history. And for those who understand coinage, the Krugerrand isn't just a brand, it's a standard. The very word carries a legacy of reliability. There are coins you collect for fun, and then there are coins you collect for wealth preservation. This is the latter. Let's also not forget the emotional value. Maybe you've built up a collection over the years. Maybe you're looking at retirement and wondering how to pass on real value to your children or grandchildren. A coin like this tells a story. It doesn't age like paper money or disappear like a digital wallet. It stays, and it speaks for you, about your taste, your wisdom, your understanding of what really holds value over time. And now, the question you've likely been waiting for. How much is this coin actually worth? The 2003 South Africa half-an-ounce gold Kruger Rand, depending on its condition and provenance, is valued at around $60,010. That's right, $60,010. Think about that. One small coin. Half an ounce of gold. A piece of history. A minting from over 20 years ago that now commands a 5-figure price. That's not just a good investment. That's proof, literal proof, that sometimes the quietest assets speak the loudest. So whether you're holding one, hunting for one, or just love the idea of tangible value that goes beyond a digital number on a screen, this coin deserves your attention. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, because this is only the beginning of the stories we're going to tell and the treasures we're going to uncover.